sport of trap shooting requires a lot of concentration, good steady nerves, and a good eye. And it's usually done in warmer weather. Shooting a 4-inch clay disc out of mid-air with a 12-gauge shotgun as it flashes across your field of vision from 16 yards away is no easy task. But they've been doing just that and doing it safely for more than 30 years at the Frontier Trap League on Maple Road. A recent addition to the league has been the Lee's Lounge-sponsored team that surprised almost everyone by winning last year's Grand Championship or playoff title. One of 3 captains on the team, Greg Hill, explains some details of the sport.
Each trap field has 5 stations, all right? And each man has to shoot 5 times on each one of those 5 stations. That comprises 25 targets, all right? In the Frontier Trap League, we must shoot a total of 50 targets, so that means each man has to shoot 2 rounds. 2 rounds.
Okay, and this score sheet here, how does this, if I walked up here, how would this tell me what your team had done and what some of the individual players had done?
Okay. The way the board is set up, you've got the 12 members of the team listed, and as you go across, you can see how the scoring is done. And as I said, as they shoot 2 rounds, across, right opposite their name, is a score that they shot for that day.
And what do you do to get ready to shoot?
Okay, as I said, gun safety is important. The other thing is that when you get into a position, each position the bird comes out at a different angle, and that's the unique thing about trap, especially when you have a machine in the trap house that throws these targets out, and regardless what station you're on, you'll very seldom see the same bird come out twice at the same angle. So you can kind of anticipate, but you really don't know where that bird's coming. It could be going hard left if you're on station 5, or hard right, or if you're on station 1, it could be hard left. And to try to swing and pick that bird up, or if it's a quarter angle bird, you have to move. It's difficult to explain. Once you get out there and you see those birds and they're traveling at speeds anywhere from 50 to 70 miles an hour, depending on the type of day we're having.
Competing outdoors in a Buffalo winter can create a hardy breed of trap shooter.
The winter trap shooting, especially in the Buffalo area, Western New York area, if you can shoot during the winter, you can shoot anytime, anywhere, any place, all right? You can go to China and shoot, all right? Because as I told you outside, we shot during the blizzard of '77. When they had the driving ban on, we snuck out the cities. Yeah. We took the back roads to get out here.
A 15-year veteran of shooting competition, Tom Hill Jr. has won many state and club titles, and among other shooting records, he holds the New York State Marathon title, having shot out 498 birds out of a possible 500. How'd you get started in this sport?
Well, it goes back a long time. I actually started when I was real young. I started hunting with my father, and got interested in guns then, and maybe a little bit before then with my grandfather. He had this first gun to show me how to shoot, and it started then.
So what is it like shooting these targets, which are released and shot across your field of vision very quickly? How does that compare to hunting?
Well, it's a lot different, okay? The targets, especially in this area, it's unpredictable. We're affected by, the wind and everything else. Basically, shooting here in the wintertime, it's even more difficult, okay? Considering the fact that we've shot in the snow and part of the blizzards and like that, so it's been rather difficult during that period of time.
Besides his pioneering as an individual competition shooter, Tom Hill, with support from sponsor Lee Smith, has inspired others to come together and shoot as a team.
Well, this team is brand new. We just started last year, and we just gelled. At the end of last year, we won the...
Tell us how well you gelled, yeah.
Well, we gelled enough to win the Grand Championship from last year, okay? That's the 4 top teams. Now, most of our guys, you have to consider the fact that a lot of them never seen each other before, And, of course, our team is well mixed. We have predominantly black, but we have Native Americans on our team. We have 1 Lithuanian and 1 German, Ron Wofford. We come out, we shoot practice together, we celebrate together, and we basically have a good time. But, I consider this sport, I've been shooting it for so many years, and I just consider it a great challenge to a lot of people, And there's many people here that compete from various walks of life, And I consider that an admirable thing too, you know, that everybody from all communities come together here to shoot and not at one another. You know, when they're talking about crime, there's no crime here. We're all together from all walks of the community to enjoy this sport.
Getting ready to shoot the birds requires letting the scorekeeper know you're ready to shoot, and most shooters have their own method.
You call for the bird. That's kind of the reason why I'm smiling, because we all have different ways of calling for the bird. There's some guys that will say bird, some people say targets, but most of the guys on the team, you know, they kind of get into it. They say, aha. It's not showing off or style or anything like that, but we found that as you exhale that groan or that grunt, you know, you're building the adrenaline at the same time it's releasing that tension, and you're perfectly at ease when you call for that bird. So the scores can kind of reflect that. We've done excellent behind that grunt.
After our visit, Lee's Lounge team went on to win the 1982 Frontier Trap League Championship, but was edged out in the playoffs by the Wolfpack team. So now that the championships for the Winter League of the Frontier Trap League are over, we'll be looking for greater things from Lee's Lounge and other shooting teams in summer competition. We'll be right back with more of City Scene.